We are honored to have you here this afternoon. We want to thank you for your time. I don't know when marks 20 years since the founding of Forum for Democratic Change, a political platform that we set up for liberation of this country, and a political platform that has offered alternative policies and continued attention on the governance of this country. I want to acknowledge and celebrate the so many leaders that founded this party. Among them, retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye, the basis on which we founded this party, the late Sam Juba, the late Chigundo, the Opokas, and all the people that I cannot list conclusively. I want to appreciate them, and we want to congratulate ourselves for the 20 years of sustained and vigilant pursuit of political excellence. This political vehicle we built for liberation has moved this country the last 2 decades in fighting an entrenched dictatorship and an entrenched terror machinery. This history we share with the entire country and the democratic world is one written in indelible ink. And we thank you, all Ugandans that have been part of this 20-year journey in multi-party democracy on paper, but a continuing struggle which we have chosen for ourselves. It is therefore very perplexing to note this morning that the foundation on which we built this party, the founding leader on whom we anchored our aspirations, the retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye, will have Christmas in prison, Luzera Maximum prison, under trumped-up charges again. The history of all this is not lost to you, but suffice it to say that he was kidnapped from Nairobi on 16th November. He was arraigned in the court-martial, the military court-martial, and he has been remanded to Luzira until the 7th of January. This is supposed to be a festive season, Christmas. But we will be postponing Christmas this year, because the Christmas that we will be observing this year is a Christmas in chains. The message of salvation is not lost to us. The birth of Jesus Christ is not just buying clothes and slaughtering animals and going out of town for a holiday. It has a deeper meaning. And it's not lost on us that all the people, all the leaders, the religious leaders that should be bringing the message of peace and redemption to the people of Uganda are dead silent about what is going on with retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye, the icon of suffering and of political horror, and Haji Brutality, for whom the whole world has spoken about. But the religious leaders at this Christmas are cold about this. And so we will go to church in all the prayer places in chains. And we are calling on all Ugandans to go in chains to pray for this country so that the new baby Jesus can break those chains for us. We are calling on all the women to go to church in chains. We are calling on the young people of Uganda to go to church in chains and in their numbers. This Christmas must be made meaningful in the way it is meant to be. The Prince of Peace, the biggest freedom fighter, Jesus Christ, will be born, but we will not have freedom for Dr. Besigye this Christmas. And so we have sent a rallying call to all democracy-seeking people in the country and in the world to turn up for prayer in chains, to symbolize the bondage we continue to suffer and the country continues to suffer this Christmas. The ladies here today are part of the team that is calling for the justice of retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye, Haji Lutale, and all the political prisoners in this country. The women of Uganda are not quiet like the religious leaders are. They have taken on the responsibility as mothers of the country to sound loud and clear, to sound to the world that this is a sick Christmas. This is a sick Christmas season and a sick Christmas in Uganda. The women that you see here today come from different political parties. And they are here in solidarity with the political prisoners that have been symbolized by the arrest and incarceration of retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye. We are sending a delegation to the Uganda Law Council to deliver a petition demanding two things: that Dr. Besigye be freed immediately, and that Dr. Besigye should never appear in the military court-martial, and that Dr. Besigye should be allowed lawyers of his choice. They cannot take that away from him. And so that message will be sent in solidarity with all other messages. And I'm also here to tell you that we have received messages of solidarity from the Democrat Union of Africa, which we are members of, and that the National Democracy Union. And also to tell you that this will not be the business of 2025. We shall free ourselves from this bondage, and we are using Christmas as the most appropriate space for it. So we know who is on our side and who is not. We know that baby Jesus will be born in our hearts, not in our churches, not with our religious leaders. No, he will be born in our hearts. The deafening silence of the religious leaders is an indictment on the Jesus industry. And we will miss no words whatsoever because this is a crime against Jesus. I will want now for us to observe a minute of silence and prayer for all the 20-year struggle. It's not the end, it's just the beginning. We are updating the software. This is not the end. We are only marking a milestone of 20 years. And so we want to pray for all those that we have lost in the struggle, commit them to the Lord, and continue to ask for God's guidance.
A statement as women activists and human rights defenders. Honorable Martha Karua, a renowned Kenyan lawyer and politician, was denied a temporary practicing certificate by the Uganda Law Council. The denial was not centered on the requirements under the law. This denial raises concerns about gender bias and discrimination in the legal profession. This incident highlights the systematic barriers that women face in accessing justice and exercising their professional rights. Karua's denial can be seen as a manifestation of the patriarchal norms that pervade the legal profession. Women lawyers face discrimination, bias, and exclusion from decision-making positions. And that denial reinforces these systematic barriers. Karua's experience also highlights the intersectionality of gender with other drivers of oppression, such as nationality and politics. As a Kenyan lawyer seeking to practice in Uganda, Karua faced additional hurdles due to her nationality, and this contributed to the Law Council's decision to deny her application. This is stated in paragraph 4 of their decision, where the Law Council held that, and I quote, "It was observed from the application that the intention of bringing you on board is not purely professional, it is definitely tinged with a political agenda." We therefore call upon the Law Council to cease and desist from perpetuating gender-based and all other forms of discrimination in the legal profession. We challenge all stakeholders involved to address these inequities and promote gender inclusivity and diversity in the legal profession. We are looking at these associations that have not come on board, since this is a lady, and in the past we have seen men have been allowed to come and practice in Uganda, but when it's a lady, she was denied that chance. So we challenge these other stakeholders: the Uganda Association of Female Lawyers, FIDA, the Uganda Human Rights Commission, the Equal Opportunities Commission, and also the Uganda Parliamentary Women Association. We've seen them raise their voices on different issues, and now we call upon them to join us and make sure that our lead counsel, Honorable Martha Karua, is able to represent her clients effectively. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My name's Marcia Lizzie Lillian. I'm an activist. The reason why we are here today, I am going to speak in Lubara. Because when you are in pain, there's a moment where you cannot express yourself in any other language apart from your mother tongue. And I want to express this in Lubara. Suru amavle West Nile yadi, ale lui mini andusi, eli amani muzu Christmas nyazude, eli azitandi rudleni. Asiandu sadisi amani yo. Christmas amani munya de amamunya nyororo pidia.
adu sikuni ata amavile Uganda dia Dr. Kiza Besigye bamwiri bingazu Nairobi suru azimalia be biri Nairobi be diri aruju aluzira erima lawyer Honorable Martha Karua ni okuni amale eri okuni lawyer di le mu yodi mazako tebo ogeri nisi di tekini amokuru amuru di Uganda di ayo amokuru ba beri ni amudu koku amokuru ba medede di suru ngoleri ba ke to okuni tansi femuzo yo ndezo bi maliako disi amanga yo kini ba fiamani opokurura so yo disi amasi ni susu alelu amaba West Nile adini ba Northern Uganda adini sadi adini saba nudu kozuru iku ataka adi joyo donye tandisu asianzu amani yo afaziba no ve democracy di Uganda di ayo ani bakanga mukanisa di ovuki yo di madia tiri ba azinze yo di madia ku so ba alu mas binyororo idio maswinde nyororo da ba mamudi ote kanisa ma adale amanga ni anira kini sadisi Uganda dia amatandinya talelu suru Uganda rene government Uganda rene Dr. Kiza Besigye atani irma family ti sa Christmas didi sabane azu family appear ba mente ki anve mamuki mudu mbunya ima family appear mesuki asianju dinza azibani fe Uganda ni sa adriase human rights dezode anguworoba ni Uganda ni human rights dematara se endamatara Uganda de aripie aleni yo di mamudileko amavininga ba woro Uganda de i memuki yo de mazako ametonia a Uganda de mindresi elika liri democracy yo de aleneko so yo di mercy government Uganda re mafeki Honorable Martha Karua memu iyo de mazako dika ba maku Dr. Kiza Besigye mamu Christmas nya ima family pie award for.
Thank you very much.
Basebo nabanyabo mwe nabakutureba nabaturikize ntwenda kugambira bebembezi nyachemalira ngamba nyenka ngwakamanyiro akajogano okuturugunyizibwa okusindikirizibwa okubona bonesibwa bigire nkomu obwa hati twemerira aha nitugamba ngo Dr. Besigye na Obed Kamulege yatibine mushango bino kurugo mu kihome mangu nitwenda kumanyisa sebo nyachemalira ngweri hangati yawe eri hangane gitu twena kora abo tinire kanogira ngo oyina mani oyina mahe oyine sente otinire ki leka kugira obwoba oyikiriza bari kuvuganya nabo babeho ntichumanya ngo plan yawe niyo kwita Besigye kagitandika emyaka ewire konka plan kuremiri mugerizaho kumwitira Kenya mwashohoza nihurire ngo his missing muri kwenda kumwita ruhanga yayemereraho yahona nahabwecho arugo mu kihome nitwemerera hano yakubamanyisa ngo Dr. Besigye na Obed Kamulege bino bugabe bwo kuronda baroya bakwenda Honorable Martha Karua ni royo bakwenda nitwenda ngo atunge certificate juwa kandi hati twarugaha nza kusimbura aha turi kuzaha ro council okushaba ngo ro council etuhereze certificate ya Martha Karua eji muhereze abase kuhorereza abasibe abamwesire ngo abahorereze kandi nkoko na Rebo Salam yagamba orunaku rwa Christmas twena ntitija kuzo mu kanisa tukomere mikono ahabo kwa abanya-Uganda twena tujya basibe baroya n'abasibe nico batari kwishiriza ngo bahorereze omusibe obashabire kubahorereza baroya n'abasibe abanyayuganda n'abasibe ebihome byijwire nahabwe cyo ntwenda freedom for all for freedom for all